Ready?
Michonne has had such an incredible, she was this reclusive warrior when we first saw her. She was very closed off. Then she started to open up, she was kind of reborn, and now we're actually seeing the most human, complex, and romantic side of her. So can you talk a little bit about the vulnerability between Rick and Michonne?
Yeah. It was interesting because I was thinking about this question, and the moment I feel where her vulnerability really started to open up specifically towards Rick. Actually, I think it was a really long time ago. It was the episode entitled Clear, which was also written by Mr. Scott Gimple over there. And it really was this moment, I think, where she not only bonds with his son in a way that is really reviving for her and opens her up and allows her to start putting down all those layers and all that armor, just begin to go there in terms of, investing in a young life and seeing his light and having an empathy, a sympathy for this young man in this world and knowing what it is like to be a mother and wanting to be there for him. And his acceptance of her by the end of the episode really opens up her heart. But everything, I think, connected to Rick and Michonne connects in with Carl too at times, because it's kind of like he accepts her first. And then there's the moments between Rick and Michonne in that episode that, to me, there's one in particular that for me that day that we shot it, I was like, maybe she's gonna see him that way one day. Which was the moment it was in the jail cell when we were looking for bullets and ammo, and there's none. It was an ill-devised plan, and Michonne does not call him out for this, but he kind of thinks she is, so she hands him the one bullet that she did find, and he kind of snaps at her, and her response is, I don't have a problem with that. And it was so funny when we shot it, it was the crew that were on set, they all looked over to Mr. Gimple, funnily, because he was there, of course, and they were like, are Rick and Michonne gonna get together? And I was like, huh? And I don't know what it was, but they at that moment, I said, that makes sense, actually, because this, for her, it made sense to me because she is a woman who has to deeply respect the man she opens up to. And she was already developing such a respect from him. The way she treated him versus the way she treated the governor, she could see he was he was a good man burdened with leadership versus he needed leadership to feel like a man. There was something about that realization of seeing him like that and seeing his brokenness and his pain and things that she could connect to that were making her put down her mess and open up more. So that sort of journey, I think it's awesome it took as long as it did because it developed a very complex connection and allowed her to work through her several wounds and armory.